The Water Festival is returning to Pokemon Go, and it features brand new Pokemon. And by the end of this video, you'll know everything the event has to offer and the best tips to help you make the most of it. So the event runs from July 15th at 10 AM until the 20th at 8 PM local time. But what exactly does it have to offer? Well, Tatsugiri will be making its Pokemon Go debut, the curly form will be available in Europe, the Middle East and Africa, the droopy form will be available in the Americas, and the stretchy form will be appearing in the Asia Pacific region. And I will be going through how you can get all of these forms despite the region lock later on in the video. For the bonuses, Rainy Lure modules will be lasting for 2 hours, you'll get increased candy when catching Pokemon with nice throws or better, you'll have an increased chance to encounter shiny Staryu and shiny Tortuga, and Lapras wearing a scarf caught from raids may have a special seasonal background. In the wild, you will be able to encounter Squirtle, Slowpoke, Krabby, Staryu, Magikarp, Marill, Barboach, Clamperl, Weasel, Finneon, Wimpod, and rarely Lantern, Phoebus, Palpitoad, and Tortuga. For the raids, in 1-star raids will be Shelder, Duckler, and each of the new Tatsugiri forms, so unfortunately this new Pokemon is locked to raids. But this does give us the opportunity to get all of these region-locked forms by remote raiding them. In 3-star raids will be Kingler, Gyarados, Lapras wearing a scarf, and Azumarill. In 5-star raids will be Terrakion, in Mega raids will be Mega Blastoise, in 5-star Shadow raids on Saturdays and Sundays only will be Shadow Registeel, and available in max battles for the first time will be Max Wailmer. There is also an overlapping event on the 19th which will be the return of G-Max Lapras in its own G-Max Battle Day, but more on that in another video. You will be able to get field research tasks that reward Mega Energy and encounters with event-themed Pokemon, and there'll be collection challenges that will reward XP, Stardust, and event encounters. And you do also have the option of purchasing a $5 ticket that will get you 1 Rainy Lure module, an event-themed avatar pose, and encounters with Gyarados and Lapras wearing a scarf. You can also get this event ticket for the same price on the web store, but you will get a bonus star piece with it, so it's definitely worth picking it up from the web store to get the most value. There will be new avatar items available to purchase in the in-game shop, curly, droopy, and stretchy form Tatsugiri backpack items. And with that said, which of the event Pokemon are most worth focusing on? Firstly, Squirtle is a good Pokemon to pick up for a couple of reasons. Mega Blastoise is the 4th best water type attacker with Water Gun and legacy move Hydro Cannon, and Blastoise itself is ranked 83 in the Great League, and it's ranked 42 in the Ultra League as well. Not only that, but G-Max and Max Blastoise are good water type tanks for max battles, so the candy could be worth it to unlock and power up their max moves. Blastoise will also be in Mega Raids during the event, so a good chance to get a high IV Mega Blastoise for raid attacking. Likewise, Krabby could be worth catching because G-Max Kingler is a strong water type attacker for max battles. Kingler is also the 16th best water type raid attacker with Bubble and Crabhammer. Kingler is also in 3-star raids during this event, so it's a good chance to pick up a higher IV Kingler with the 10-10-10 IV floor of raids. For the next Pokemon I want to talk about, there is a little bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want spoilers then skip ahead to this timestamp. So also spawning in the wild for this event is Staryu, and this Pokemon doesn't have any meta relevance, but it is a boosted shiny for the event, so a good time to shiny hunt it. It's also a Stardust boosted Pokemon that gives 750 Stardust per catch, so a good one to target if you need Stardust. This Pokemon is also rumoured to get a Mega Evolution in the future, so maybe you do want to get some candy for it just in case it's relevant. Magikarp is worth catching if you haven't done the 400 candy evolution yet, and also Mega Gyarados is the 8th best dark type attacker with Bite and Crunch, and it's the 5th best water type attacker with Waterfall and Hydro Pump. Gyarados is also ranked 52 in the Master League. Worth noting though that you could spend your daily free raid pass on Gyarados, which is in raids, because that will skip the 400 candy evolution requirement. And again, with raiding, the IVs are much more likely to be higher. Marill is available in the wild, which is useful for getting a Great League Azumarill, which is ranked 49. Being in the wild is particularly useful because it does want a low attack IV, and wild spawns have no IV floor. You can get Azumarill from 3-star raids as well, but because of the IV floor, the wild will be better. Barboach is another one for Go Battle League, where Wish Cash is ranked 97 in the Great League. Clamperl is spawning, and whilst not meta relevant, it is a perma boosted shiny, so it could be worth hunting, especially as its 2 evolutions are random when you evolve it, so it might take you quite a few shiny Clamperl to get both of the shiny evolutions. For Wimpod, its evolution Galissapod is a very strong Pokemon in Go Battle League at the moment. It's ranked 15 in the Great League, it's ranked 12 in the Ultra League, and it's ranked 48 in the Master League. Again, you do need 400 candy to do this evolution as well. Rarely you can encounter Lantern in the wild, and whilst not as relevant as it used to be in Go Battle League, it's ranked 131 in the Great League, so not a bad option. Phoebus doesn't have any meta relevance, but it's worth catching if you need to evolve one for the 1000-year Slumber Jirachi Special Research. And Phoebus does have a Spotlight Hour on the 15th at 6 PM, so it will be the best time to hunt it. It is also a perma boosted shiny as well, so it is a good time to hunt this Pokemon because it is pretty rare outside of events. Much like Staryu, Tortuga Tabatuga doesn't have any meta relevance, but it is shiny boosted for this event, so you might want to hunt it. Shelder will be available in 1-star raids, and whilst it's not meta relevant, it is a Stardust boosted Pokemon that gives 1000 Stardust per catch. And whilst at the time of this recording, I don't actually know which Pokemon will be featured in field research because the announcement doesn't say. But if Pokemon like Shelder or Staryu, which are Stardust boosted Pokemon, do happen to be in field research, I would recommend trying to go for those tasks and then running from those Pokemon to stack them in your field research stack. That way, when the Steel and Scales event comes around later on in the month, when there is 4 times catch Stardust, you can use a star piece and catch all of those Pokemon that are in your field research stack. This will really help you get a lot of Stardust. And Lapras wearing a scarf will be available from 3-star raids, and this is a rare costume Pokemon that isn't available often, and it's possible it might not return for a long time. So well worth at least getting one or shiny hunting it if you have the raid passes to do so. Lapras is a perma boosted shiny as well, so it does have a shiny rate of 1 in 64. Not only that, Lapras is actually very strong in Go Battle League at the moment as well. It is ranked 4 in the Great League and it's ranked 2 in the Ultra League. Worth noting though that the 10-10-10 IV floor from raids is a little bit of an issue when trying to get a PvP Lapras. However though, you could always mirror trade with somebody to try and reroll the IVs to get a lower attack. This costume Lapras will also have a chance of coming with the seasonal special background, so it's an extra added layer of rarity. We do also have the new Pokemon Tatsugiri in each of its forms available. These are regional but can be remote raided. But is it any good in Pokemon Go? It has a max CP of 3105, attack of 226, defense of 166 and stamina of 169. It will have fast attacks of Water Gun and Takedown, and the charged moves will be Hydro Pump, Outrage, Surf and Muddy Water. It unfortunately doesn't seem like it'll be very good as a raid attacker or in Go Battle League, so probably a one and done Pokemon for the Pokedex. However, it is possible that it will have some interaction with Dondozo when it comes to the game like it does in the main series games. For Terrakion, it's the 4th best fighting type attacker overall with moveset Double Kick and legacy move Sacred Sword. It's also not bad in the Master League, being ranked 95, so if you are powering one up for raid attacking, then it will be able to double up in the Master League as well. Terrakion has a raid TP of 48,457 and the 100% IVs are 2113 and 2641 boosted in cloudy and partly cloudy weather. It is a rock and fighting type, therefore it is weak to fighting, ground, steel, water, grass, psychic and fairy type attacks. The best counters are Crown Zamazenta, Shadow Mewtwo, Crown Zacian, Duskmane Necrozma, Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, Mega Alakazam, Mega Lucario, Mewtwo and Mega Gallade. And for budget counters which are generally easier to obtain and to power up, I would recommend Metagross, Hisuian Decidueye, Lucario, Primarina, Conkeldurr and Chestnut. I would recommend 2+ trainers for this raid. And for Mega Blastoise, it has a raid TP of 42,017 and the 100% IVs for Blastoise are 1409 and 1761 boosted in rainy weather. Mega Blastoise is a water type, therefore weak to grass and electric type attacks. The best counters are Shadow Raikou, Kartana, Mega Sceptile, Mega Manectric, Xurkitree, Mega Rayquaza, Shadow Magnezone, Thundurus in its Therian form, Shadow Zapdos and Shadow Tangrowth. And for budget counters, I would recommend Electivire, Meowscarada, Magnezone, Rillaboom, Tangrowth and Decidueye. This raid can be soloed with the best counters at high levels, but I would recommend 2+ trainers. Do also remember you can party up to use party power as well. Now for whichever of these Pokemon you do decide to focus on, how can you maximize candy for them? Well, firstly, you will be getting increased candy for nice throws or better, but what does this bonus actually mean? Well, normally for catching a Pokemon you do get 3 candy, but during this event you'll get 4 candy if you catch with a nice throw, 5 candy if you catch with a great throw, and 6 candy for catching with an excellent throw. This of course will also be able to be doubled up with a Peanut Berry to 12 candy per catch, and 14 candy per catch if you use a Silver Peanut Berry. So definitely worth stocking up on Peanut Berries for this event. Also, you can Mega Evolve a Pokemon that shares a type with the Pokemon you're catching to get more candy, Candy XL, and XP per catch. And with this event being a water type focused event, Mega Evolving a water type will be the best. So for this you can Mega Evolve Blastoise, which will be in Mega Raids at the time of this event, so well worth getting this if you don't have access to a water type Mega. You could also Mega Evolve Slowbro, Gyarados, Swampert, or you could revert Kyogre. And remember to pick whichever Pokemon you have at the max Mega level so you can get more XP, candy, and chance for Candy XL. And trading can also get you candy depending on the distance between the locations of the 2 Pokemon traded. 10 kilometers or below will get you 1 candy and a 10% chance for Candy XL. Between 10 kilometers and 99.9 you'll get 2 candy and a 25% chance for Candy XL. And if the distance is over 100 kilometers you'll get 3 candy and a guaranteed Candy XL. Also worth noting, you can do an extra special trade per day this season because of the seasonal bonus. So it's definitely a good chance to work on your Platinum Gentleman and Pilot medals. You will also get more candy by increasing the amount of Pokemon you catch in a given time. So methods like quick catching, having catch assist from a Great Buddy, and utilizing Origin Palkia's Spatial Rend Adventure effect to increase the counter radius can all help you get more catches. And some settings can also speed up your gameplay and your catching. In the advanced settings, firstly you can turn on Remember Last Used Pokeball. This allows you to choose which type of Pokeball you'll catch the next Pokemon with based on your last used Pokeball. This is useful because it means that you don't need to navigate the Pokeball menu and switch Pokeball type every time. Selecting native refresh rate can also get you smoother gameplay because the refresh rate won't be capped based on the game, it'll be capped based on your phone. This, however, may drain battery a bit quicker. Now you are going to want to take your time a little bit more with the catches during this event so you can get excellent throws for extra candy. And to help with this, it can be worth using either of the QRM adventure effects. Firstly, you could use Black QRM's free shock adventure effect to stop Pokemon from moving, making it easier to land excellent throws than it would be on a moving target. Alternatively, you could use White QRM's Ice Burn adventure effect. This will slow down the catch circle when it gets small, so you have more chance of hitting an excellent throw. Worth noting as well that both of these adventure effects do increase the catch rate of Pokemon by 25% and 50% respectively. Also, this catch rate increase does work when you're using an auto catcher to catch Pokemon, so well worth using White QRM's Ice Burn adventure effect whilst you have an auto catcher active. And there are no Stardust and XP bonuses for this event, but you can get some extra Stardust and XP for taking part in Pokestop showcases. And if you manage to win, you can get premium items like star pieces and lucky eggs that can be used later down the line to get more Stardust and XP. And I would recommend holding on to these premium items and using them during the Steel and Scales event, where there will be 4 times catch Stardust and 4 times catch XP bonuses. With star pieces and lucky eggs active, this will be increased to 6 times catch Stardust and 8 times catch XP. These are some of the best bonuses we see in Pokemon Go. Otherwise, for the Water Festival event, I would recommend focusing catching Staryu if you need Stardust, because it does give 7.5 times the normal amount of Stardust per catch, and also Shelder that gives 10 times the normal amount per catch. And just as an additional tip, with the Rainy Lure modules lasting for 2 hours during this event, it's a good chance to use any you've got, and it will be a good time to do any Sliggoo evolutions into Goodra because it can only evolve when near an active Rainy Lure module. And if you want to know what else is going on in July in Pokemon Go, then I recommend checking out these videos on the screen next, and I'll catch you in the next one.